10 Hollywood actors who took living like a movie star straight to 40,000 feet. One of them flies himself across the Pacific. One conquered a lifelong terror of flying and now owns 3 jets. And number one doesn't just own a jet. He built an entire private air park at his home, parks his planes next to his front door, and holds a license to fly a commercial airliner himself. Let's count them down. Number 10, Jerry Seinfeld, Gulfstream V. Kicking off our list at number 10 is a man most people know for talking about absolutely nothing and doing it brilliantly. Jerry Seinfeld, comedian, car collector, and one of the wealthiest entertainers in America, reportedly owns a Gulfstream V. And while Seinfeld rarely talks about it publicly, the aircraft speaks for itself. The Gulfstream V is a long-range heavy jet powered by 2 BMW Rolls-Royce BR710 engines. It cruises at approximately 560 miles per hour with a range of roughly 6,500 nautical miles, enough to connect New York to Tokyo or Los Angeles to London with minimal fuel stops. The cabin stretches over 45 feet and can accommodate up to 16 passengers across multiple living zones. For a man worth an estimated $1 billion, the Gulfstream V is a choice that says everything. It is not flashy, it is not the newest model, it is simply one of the finest long-range aircraft ever built. Very Seinfeld. He found what works and he stuck with it. Number 9, George Clooney. Gulfstream G450. Number 9 belongs to one of Hollywood's most enduring icons, a man who has made restraint look like the ultimate luxury for his entire career. George Clooney reportedly owns a Gulfstream G450, a large cabin intercontinental jet valued at several tens of millions of dollars. And if his Italian villa on Lake Como is any indication of his taste, you can imagine the interior. The G450 is powered by 2 Rolls-Royce Tay engines and carries a range of approximately 4,350 nautical miles, more than enough to connect Los Angeles to London or New York to the Middle East nonstop. The cabin seats up to 16 passengers with fully reclining seats, a private galley, advanced Wi-Fi, and the kind of whisper-quiet interior that Gulfstream has been famous for since the 1960s. For an actor who divides his time between California, Italy, England, and film sets across 3 continents, the G450 is the perfect machine. Elegant, capable, unpretentious. Very George Clooney. Number 8, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Gulfstream 3. Number 8 is a man who has never done anything at half measure. From bodybuilding to blockbuster films to the governor's office in Sacramento, Arnold Schwarzenegger brings the same commitment to everything he does. His private jet of choice is a Gulfstream 3, and yes, there is something perfectly fitting about the man who was the Terminator flying in the aircraft that defined an era. The Gulfstream 3 was the workhorse of corporate aviation throughout the 1980s and early 1990s. Heads of state flew in it. Fortune 500 executives lived aboard it. It carries a range of approximately 4,000 nautical miles and can seat up to 19 passengers in a traditional configuration. It is not the newest jet on this list, but for a man who grew up in a small town in Austria and climbed every mountain he ever set his sights on, flying in the aircraft that carried the world's power brokers for 2 generations carries a certain poetry. Number 7, Mark Wahlberg, Bombardier Global Express. Number 7 is a man who wakes up at 3:30 in the morning to begin his day, runs a global entertainment and business empire, and is not the type to show off. Mark Wahlberg reportedly owns a Bombardier Global Express registered as N143 megawatts, and those who know what to look for will spot the scripted W near the front door and on the tail. He has owned this aircraft since 2016. This 2003 model jet carries a range of approximately 6,000 nautical miles, connecting Los Angeles directly to Europe or Asia without a refueling stop. He was recently spotted arriving in Australia aboard this aircraft, a reminder that for Wahlberg, this plane is a working tool, not a trophy. It is what gets him from point A to point B, whether point B is a film set in Sydney or a business meeting in London. That scripted W on the tail says it all. Wahlberg doesn't need to announce himself. The work does it for him. Number 6, Matt Damon, Bombardier Global 7500. Number 6 is the man from Cambridge, Massachusetts, Academy Award winner, Harvard man, and one of the most consistently bankable stars in Hollywood. Matt Damon reportedly operates a Bombardier Global 7500, registered as N444WT, and he uses it constantly. Aviation trackers recorded the aircraft flying more than 75 times in 2024 alone. The Global 7500 is not just a fine jet, according to Bombardier. It is the world's largest and longest-range, purpose-built business jet with a maximum range of 7,700 nautical miles. That means Los Angeles to Singapore, New York to Tokyo, non-stop. Not once, not twice. On demand, every time. Inside, the cabin is divided into 4 distinct living zones: a club suite, a conference suite, an entertainment suite, and a private suite, complete with a full-size. There is a full kitchen, and remarkably a dedicated crew suite. So the pilots and flight attendants have their own private rest area separate from the passengers. It was spotted in Sydney. It has been tracked across Europe. For a man who has starred in everything from Saving Private Ryan to Oppenheimer, the world is his stage, and this aircraft is how he gets there. Number 5. Jackie Chan. Embraer Legacy 650 and Legacy 500. Number 5 is a man who has performed more of his own stunts than almost any actor alive and applies that same hands-on passion to his aviation collection. Jackie Chan reportedly owns 2 Embraer business jets, a Legacy 650, acquired in 2012 for approximately $30 million, and a Legacy 500, acquired in 2016 for approximately $20 million. That is roughly $50 million in Brazilian-built aviation sitting in his hangar. And Chan is not merely a customer of Embraer. He is the company's official brand ambassador and holds the remarkable distinction of being the first customer in China to take delivery of both models. When the Legacy 500 was delivered, he said of it, "I'm sure the performance will again exceed my expectations and become a comfortable mobile home and office for me." The Legacy 6.5 is the long-range workhorse, powered by 2 Rolls-Royce AE 3007A2 engines, with a range of approximately 3,900 nautical miles, connecting Hong Kong to Dubai or Los Angeles without a fuel stop. The Legacy 500 is his shorter trip companion, and it carries a distinction no other mid-size jet could claim when it launched. It was the first jet in its class to feature full fly-by-wire flight controls, a technology previously reserved for military fighters and the largest commercial airliners. 2 jets, 2 purposes. 1 philosophy: why fly commercial when you can have exactly the right aircraft for exactly the right mission? Before we reveal our top 4, including 1 jet that made an emergency turnaround over the Pacific, 1 actor who conquered a severe fear of flying and now owns 3 planes, and a number 1 entry that will genuinely stop you in your tracks. If you are enjoying Luxury Aloft, please hit subscribe. We research every detail, verify every fact, and bring you the best of the high-altitude world every single week. It costs you nothing, and it means everything to us. Now let's keep going. Number 4. Tom Cruise. Gulfstream IV-SP. Number 4 is the man who made aviation cool for an entire generation and who does not just play a pilot on screen. Tom Cruise reportedly owns a Gulfstream IV-SP, registered N808T, valued at approximately $20 million. He earned his pilot's license in 1994, and he takes the controls himself on certain trips, making him one of the few people alive who has played a fighter pilot in a blockbuster film and can actually fly one in real life. The Gulfstream IV-SP is powered by 2 Rolls-Royce Tay SICK 118 engines, cruises at Mach 0.80, and carries a range of more than 4,200 nautical miles, enough to fly non-stop from Los Angeles to London. The cabin seats up to 19 passengers. But it is the interior that separates this aircraft from every other jet on our list so far. Cruise's Gulfstream IV features a private cinema screening room with high-definition monitors and surround sound, so he can review footage or simply watch a film at 40,000 feet. And then there is the detail that makes even the most seasoned aviation enthusiasts pause: a full jacuzzi bathtub on board at altitude. That is not a rumor. That is Tom Cruise's private jet. He also keeps a P-51 Mustang, a legendary World War II fighter aircraft, built in 1946, in his collection. When he climbs into that cockpit, he is not performing a stunt. He is simply a man who loves to fly. Number 3. Tyler Perry. 3 jets, 1 extraordinary story. Number 3 is where the story gets personal and genuinely moving. Tyler Perry, the billionaire filmmaker, actor, and studio owner, does not own 1 private jet. He does not own 2. He owns 3. A Gulfstream 3, an Embraer Lineage 1000, one of only 28 ever built before production ended in 2020. And his newest aircraft, a Bombardier Global 7500 delivered in January 2025, registered N378TP, with the TP standing for Tyler Perry. The Global 7500's livery tells you everything about the man: a crisp white fuselage with a single streak of glossy metallic brown, running from the nose all the way back, coating the entire tail section. Understated, distinctive, unmistakably his. But here is what makes this story unlike any other on our list. Tyler Perry, a man who now commands a $72 million aircraft, once had such a severe fear of flying after September 11th that he took his tour bus to every single engagement, no matter how far. He refused to board a plane. He said at one point, after 9/11, it got so bad that I was taking my bus everywhere. I knew my career would suffer if I didn't get over my fear, so he studied. He learned everything he could about aircraft. He started flying remote-controlled planes as therapy. He earned his private pilot's license. And then he bought a fleet that most nations' leaders would envy, from sleeping in his car as a young man to the tour bus, to 3 of the world's finest jets. That is a quintessentially American story. Number 2, Dwayne Johnson, 2 jets, and a mid-Pacific emergency. Number 2 is where one jet simply is not enough. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, actor, producer, and the man Forbes, has repeatedly ranked as Hollywood's highest-paid entertainer. Reportedly owns 2 of the most capable business jets on the planet, a Gulfstream G650 and a Bombardier Global 7500, acquired in 2023 and valued at approximately $72 million. The Global 7500, registered N1089, operates out of Van Nuys Airport in Southern California, managed by luxury operator Silver. Inside, there are 4 distinct living zones: a club suite, a conference suite, an entertainment suite, and a principal suite with a full-size bed. There is a full kitchen. There is a dedicated crew suite. With a range of 7,700 nautical miles, it can fly from Los Angeles to Sydney, Australia, without stopping once. And then there is the Gulfstream G650, which made international headlines on April 1st, 2025. En route from Hawaii to Houston, Texas, the aircraft's pilots detected a hydraulic system overheating mid-flight. They turned back immediately and returned safely to base. No one was injured. Dwayne Johnson publicly thanked his crew and called the outcome a reminder of why professional, highly trained pilots matter. 2 jets, 1 near miss over the Pacific, and a fleet that matches the scale of everything else in this man's life. Number 1, John Travolta, the man who built his life around flying, and here it is. Number 1, the most committed aviation enthusiast in the history of Hollywood. A man who does not simply own private jets, but built his entire life around them. John Travolta currently operates a fleet that includes a Dassault Falcon 900B trijet, a Boeing 737-300, a full-size commercial airliner converted for private use, and an Eclipse EA500 very light jet for shorter regional trips. And he is qualified to fly all of them himself. He holds 8 jet licenses in total, including type ratings for the Boeing 707, Boeing 737, Boeing 747, and multiple Gulfstream variants. He holds an airline transport pilot certificate, the highest civilian pilot qualification available in the United States. His home in Anthony, Florida sits inside Embraer Aviation Estates, a private residential air park where residents park their aircraft next to their houses the way most Americans park their cars. Travolta's runway is in his backyard. He has flown to work from home for decades, but no aircraft defines Travolta more than one he no longer flies. The Boeing 707 Buon 138B, registered N707JT and named Jet Clipper Ella in honor of his children, was originally built in 1964 for Qantas Airways. It is a specially shortened variant, reduced by 10 feet from the standard 707, built specifically to Qantas's demanding long-haul requirements. Travolta purchased it in May 1998, and in exchange for Qantas supporting its upkeep, became the airline's global goodwill ambassador at large, a role he still holds today. He flew that aircraft on humanitarian missions to Haiti. He flew it on a circumnavigation of the globe. He flew it with heads of state. He flew it himself. In 2017, he announced the aircraft's donation to the Historical Aircraft Restoration Society in Shell Harbour, New South Wales, Australia. What followed was years of restoration work, pandemic delays, and careful planning. Then, in mid-2025, the dismantling of the legendary 707 finally began. The tail, stabilizers, and engines were removed and packed for a voyage across the Pacific. As of March 2026, the disassembled aircraft is making its final journey to Australia by sea, where it will be reassembled and displayed alongside a Qantas Boeing 747-400 as a permanent monument to the golden age of private aviation. A 1964 aircraft, loved for over 2 decades by one of Hollywood's greatest stars, ending not in a scrapyard, but in a museum, where generations of people will walk through its cabin and understand what it once meant to own the skies. John Travolta did not buy a jet. He built a life around flight. And no one on any list has done it better. There you have it, 10 famous actors, 10 extraordinary aircraft, and the stories behind them that go far beyond the price tags. From Jerry Seinfeld's quietly capable Gulfstream V, all the way to John Travolta's legendary air park in Florida, what stands out is not just the money. It is the passion, the stories, the emergencies survived, and the fears conquered, and the legacies preserved. We base every piece of content here on Luxury Aloft on thorough research and verified current information because we believe you deserve accuracy, not speculation. Now tell us in the comments, which aircraft on this list impressed you the most? Was it The Rock's mid-Pacific emergency? Tyler Perry's journey from the tour bus to 3 jets? Or Travolta's 707 sailing toward its final resting place in Australia? We would love to hear from you. And if this video was worth your time today, please subscribe. It truly helps us bring more stories like this one to you every week. This is Luxury Aloft. Until next time, fly well.